Most often, developers submit application for building plan approval, and with the supposition that within a space of 90 days, on the average, they will get their approval. And probably it must have been designed by someone who had been in the system and giving them guarantee that there won't be any alterations. By the end of the day, you find out that false hope, they go into the market, they start marketing, collecting money from people, promising them that they have building approval. And an average Nigerian doesn't or hardly asks, can I cite your building approval? Well, I'm here to explain to you the basic reasons why building approvals are being delayed with the approving authorities. Number one, non-conformity with the zoning regulations. In every jurisdiction, in every city, there is what we call zoning regulations. Some areas have been mapped out, for instance, high density area, medium density area, low density area. What do I mean by that? For instance, a particular zone for block of flats. You see a particular plot is meant for block of flats, and somebody is submitting approval for standalone duplexes. It won't fly. Standalone duplexes is under the low density area. So this kind of conflict, if it is not understood by probably somebody who is entering into the marketplace of real estate for the first time, he wants to develop blocks of flats and he makes the mistake of buying into a plot that had been zoned within the area that should be developed under low density, and that person or that developer submits application for approval with a building design of block of flats, it won't fly. So as a developer, or you are a single home owner, you are building or you want to build for your family, it's necessary that you consult with people or real estate lawyers, real estate practitioners who know what each area or each zone has been earmarked for, so that you don't end up, for instance, you want to build a home, you mistakenly go and buy a commercial property. You won't be allowed to build a residential building on a commercial property. So this is one of the reasons why your application may never come out or will be delayed, be rejected entirely. Number two reason why your building plan application is rejected could be incomplete or incorrect documentation. If you submit your application, the necessary proof of ownership has to be attached, because there is what we call interdepartmental verification. For instance, if you submit to development control, the development control contacts AGIS, land administration, to confirm that this person who has submitted this application with respect to a particular plot is actually the owner of the plot. If your proof of ownership is not attached, if the building design is not attached, there won't be processing, or your application won't be processed. So you need to contact also a professional who would guide you, which we also have in encumberedproperties.com, through the documents that you need to attach for your application to fly. Another reason why your application will remain pending is where there is ownership disputes. In the system, for instance, you have submitted application for approval of building plan that is to be situated on 3,000 square meters of land. And looking at the system, the development control discovers that your site plan, technically called TDP, overlaps into another person's land. Maybe your land is 2,500 square meters and the TDP you have submitted is 3,000 square meters, overlapping into another person's land. This is a reason not to approve your building plan application. Now, another reason why your plan may never be approved is conflict with existing master plan. Every environment, every city is planned. So if there is any form of conflict with the existing master plan of the city, of the district, it won't be approved. Also, there is what we call skyline. For instance, a place that is supposed to take duplexes, you are submitting plan for bungalow, it will not also fly. So all these conflicts can also stall the approval of your application. Now, environmental concerns. If you didn't make adequate provision for water flow, it will also stultify, it would also hinder the approval of your application. Another reason why your application could be rejected could be public objection. Sometimes your proposed development might be a nuisance and people get to know that, okay, this is what you want to cite here or there. They have the right to alert the approving authority to say no, that this particular construction is going to be of public concern, and your application can also be thrown out. So any particular development that runs contrary to the interests of the people that are within that environment, for instance, in a thick residential area and somebody is making application to cite a hospitality business like a hotel within the area, or somebody wants to cite a nightclub within a residential area, these are reasons why public can say no if they get to know that that is what you have submitted application for. Then development on restricted government lands. If, for instance, you are not aware, you buy from somebody who deliberately sells to you government piece of land without you knowing, once you submit the application, the approval will never see the light of the day. It won't come out. Just know that. So that's why we encourage you as a buyer, as a developer, before you do anything, you contact relevant authorities, you conduct your searches. And one area you shouldn't avoid is encumberedproperties.com. Searches on that website is free of charge. It will enable you know whether a property has been flagged, whether a property is under government acquisition. We have a list of properties that are high risk offers that are listed on the platform on daily basis. All you need to do is to type in the location of the property you're about dealing with, or the properties that have been flagged that you shouldn't deal on. They will pop up, thereby helping to guide you on what to do. Any property you see on that platform, it is a red flag for you to do your searches the more. Now, before your application is also processed, you have to pay certain fees. So non-payment of fees, processing fees, will leave your application lying unattended. That's why I earlier said you need a guide, somebody who will guide you on the documents and on the necessary fees and the receipt of fee payment that you need to attach. So on the whole, it's important for you to know that it is risky for you to start developing, hoping that you would get approval. Very, very risky. By the end of the day, you will end up sinking investments and the approval will never come out for one reason or the other. Starting development before your approval comes out is like placing the cart before the horse, and that is what most developers do. When you do that and for one reason or the other the approval does not come out at all, and probably you even bought the property or the land without knowing that it is in dispute, and the development control knows, because there is a caveat which they will discover from ages, and they discover that, okay, this property is in dispute, and you've already started developing. Now, what happens? I gave you an example of what happened in Port Harcourt, where a developer started developing without getting the necessary approvals. By the end of the day, the property was sealed. Now, the people they collected money from is on their neck, and nobody will, blame me as a police prosecutor if I say, fine, you gave a misrepresentation that made people to give you their money, and I say, okay, I'm going to charge you under advance fee fraud, which definitely I will do in the next coming weeks, regarding a developer that collected money promising to deliver within 9 months, and after 4 years nothing was delivered, reason being that the property was sealed. In this kind of case, you won't cite frustration, you won't say force majeure, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do ab initio. So for a developer, these are some of the reasons why your application for building approval may not come out. Then if you are new and you don't have a legal department that is seasoned in property law, we have that for you at encumberedproperties.com. We have a team that can always help and put you through so that you can avoid all these avoidable mistakes. Well, please, for the benefit of other people, I would like you to share this video, and for you to continue to get updates on real estate tips and a lot that will keep you ahead of frauds. Subscribe to this channel now. We love you and we care about your safe real estate investment. I'm your property guide. Madueke Nwere is my name. I'm a real estate lawyer, a chief superintendent of police, and by God's grace, the founder, Encumberedproperties.com. Encumberedproperties.com is the only real estate fraud prevention platform. Thank you.